Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first feature walkthrough and our showcase for the new release of sdCloud platform. So now we decided to make this short overview videos of new features for each major release containing new functionality. And today we are showcasing the first view of our brand new web application and actually the backend, which we developed after a pretty long time having in production our previous application. So since this brand new user interface, brand new platform, we're going to show very basic use cases which we inherited from the previous version and enhanced in what we are working right now. So let's start from registering on our system. Let's say we'll have a new user called release demo April, and let's give this user some password and some email address. It doesn't matter much for the demo. And also organization, let's say sdCloud, and some my role. To prevent too many registrations, and so after registrations, we're using the capture. So now we can sign up. And along with sign up, we are actually getting to the dashboard. So right now the dashboard looks empty because we don't have anything. So in general, we have a main screen with the dashboard. We have our models collection, which is empty right now. And we have a list of model execution history, which is also empty because we had just registered. So let's create our first model. And for this purpose, we have this add new model button. And we will show some example with, let's say, legendary teacup model. So next, now we can choose the file with the model which we are going to use. So we will take the basic this teacup model. So let's open it and create. Okay, now we have our first model. So here it is with some basic information. We can see that when it was created, when it was last updated, we have our description, which we put inside. We have a button to delete this model and also two quick buttons, which allow us to execute model or execute it with the parameters. So if we will just press simple execution, we can see the balloon pop up saying that execution was queued. It takes about a couple seconds for this model to be executed. So here it is. We can see that execution was successful. It takes about 1 second. And for this time, we used execution engine PySD. In the previous version of application, we supported two executors, PySD and SD everywhere. So for this release, we are going out with PySD only with the latest, greatest version. And in one of the next releases, we will recover the support for SD everywhere. Also, if we'll go back here, we can also do the parameterized model execution. It means that we can specify the values of the stocks and flows of this model, which we used to start the model, along with the time frame, which will be used for model execution. We can say that we want to model from 10 to, let's say, 50 seconds, but not quarter second, but let's say delta will be that small. And also we'll try to cool down from not for 170, but from 300 degrees to room temperature 68 degrees. So we'll also run this execution. And if we'll go to my model runs, we will see that, oh, okay, so it was also quick, so execution also completed. If we'll go deeper into the execution results, we can see that there are three blocks like model information to know what was executed. And next is execution info. So when it was started, when it was completed, used engine, and how long it take to execute the model. And results information. So first moment, the last, timestamp, and number of rows and columns in execution results. So we can show different amount of results here. We can check them here in a table view, but also we can see the charts which are more representative. So we can see here all stocks and flows which we have in the model, and can see that they are present here on a chart. Also, there are some system logs which are getting more information about how model was executed, but this just interesting only in cases when execution failed. So we can find the reasons why execution failed. For example, maybe it's issue with the models or whatever. Also, let's dive to parameterized execution. So we can see that we have starting from 10 seconds, then you see the precision became much higher. So now we have 800 rows of the results, and the timestamp is much more detailed here. So we can go to the charts. So we can see that this goes from 300 again to the same 68 degrees of room temperature, because we didn't change this, and all other model parameters are also rendered here. So again, nothing interesting in the logs because the model was executed successfully. So next interesting thing to show is that we can go into the model properties and get more information here about the model itself. First of all, we can edit here the model name and title. We can say simple SD model description edited and press enter to update the description. So it's updated automatically. Also, for the last execution, we can download results in the JSON and the CSV versions to see and to work with these results later. We can see the basic model configuration. So we have default time range, which is described in the model. We can see the lists of auxes and stocks of the model also here, and list of the executions for this particular model. Along with this, there's also available buttons for running the model with the parameters, and for editing the model. So the last button will lead us to model editor in a textual view. So it's since we are working right now with XML model, it's XML, and we can do changes here, and they will be reflected along with the model. For example, we can try to add documentation. Let's say we have aux, which representing the room temperature, and we can say that we can add the doc here. So you can see that there is validation for the XML to make it easier to work with this and not to miss any tags. And we can say here not initial, but temp to which cup will cool down. The same we can also do with the stocks. So for example, cup temperature, and we can here also add documentation. And so we can say that initial cup temperature. So now let's save this. And now you can see that we have this small fancy question marks along with the stocks on the right-hand side of the stocks or auxes to show that these help messages which we just added in the model. Also, in the same way, we can, for example, rename them and so on, or add new stocks or flows. So if we'll go to, for example, edit the model, maybe we just can want to add one more aux. And let's say test aux with value 150. It is not connected to any flow or whatever, so we just let's save it. So model saved, and we have, this is a test aux for this value. So we can easily add and modify model content here. So it will be convenient to user to edit the model this way. And also, as I say, we have ability to download the latest model execution results with JSON or CSV formats and see the history of executions here. Or here, execution will be shown for all models which you have and so on. So now we can also go back to the dashboard And here we can see that we have one model in a format of XML. We have two executions, and both of them are success. We're using the 33 kilobytes of space, and most of them is going to right now execution results and artifacts and execution engine statistics, since right now we are supporting only PySD, so all the executions were performed with a PySD. So this is a basic overview of our first release of our new rebuilt and recreated and redesigned platform. So thank you so much for watching, and looking forward to see your updates and comments. One more thing I want to show is that how things may look like if things are going not very well. For example, if we have issues with model executions or so on. So for example, here in this another profile, we have some bad executions. So we can see that we have success and failed executions. Also, I have two models in this account, which are both XML. And here's a difference between space taken by artifacts and space taken by execution results. One more important feature, which we actually, so if we go here, we can see that for different models, we can have successful or failed executions. This is also done for test purposes. One more thing which I want to show also is our feedback form. So now it's embedded in our application. So in the right bottom corner, so you can provide your positive, neutral, or negative feedback with the proper comment. And this feedback will be sent directly to our Slack. So it's easiest way to contact our team and get immediate feedback. So we can say that, for example, this is a neutral feedback from the live demo. Send it, and now you can see that it goes directly to our Slack. So here it is on the screen right now, and our fancy bot C3PO will tell us that you have some interesting information to share and important information to share with us. So you can interact with us and help us to make our application better. So this is pretty much it for today's demo. So thank you for watching, and looking forward to see your comments in our feedback form or under this video on YouTube and so on. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye.